Hello and welcome back to the Marsii show for another video. In this video we're going to talk about Repzilla and Primink 1 year later. Now this video is going to be me talking and reflecting. There isn't going to be many cutaways to things, whether they be videos or whatever. I did actually originally plan a video for the 1 year anniversary, which was just over a week ago, by the way. And I wrote, I think, a page and a half or 2 pages of that. And in a recent video on my main channel, talking about why I took a break, I basically mentioned that the reason why that wasn't posted, this is the first time I've actually specifically mentioned that I was making that video. In the other one, I mentioned that I was or started working on another video, but I didn't mention what it was. And so I stopped making videos on my main channel for a month and a half because I wasn't doing so well emotionally and mentally to some extent. And so I didn't upload for a month and a half on the main channel, and this channel hasn't had a video for about 3 months, I think. The last one was about Leah Marie Johnson. In that page and a half, 2 pages that I wrote, basically the idea of the video was going to be that I was going to write a little introduction, kind of explaining what had happened, and then I was going to kind of go through Primink's video and find the things that Primink was talking about in his video, and then kind of run them by Repzilla's last year kind of content and see the effect Primink's video had on Repzilla's attitude or behavior or whatever, and see what had really changed, if anything. Now this would have taken quite a while, and I was up for doing that. I wrote like a page and a half, 2 pages of the video script, but yeah, I just didn't end up doing it, and I didn't really want to delay this any longer, purely because even now it probably doesn't justify as a year later, because it's a year and a week later, or it's actually longer than that, I think. Now, I don't really think it's exactly affected Repzilla's behavior, although I think something that was rather interesting was how he reacted to it. I have kind of made videos about this in the past, like I responded to his response video to Primink's video, and I spoke about my section in particular and what was and wasn't true in that. And I feel like in the videos that I have made about it since, I think my last video about Repzilla was 7 months ago, potentially. I feel like if you had just seen Primink's video, then some of this stuff you won't know. And that was kind of why I wanted to make the video. I wanted to kind of put it all into just one video, rather than having the like Patreon scam in one video, which I did. I actually did 2 videos about it because there was an interview, and then I actually looked into it. Turns out, spoiler alert, Repzilla was scamming his people on Patreon. I don't know how that is now. I haven't looked into it since, but it was definitely an issue then, and I am surprised that there hasn't been more said about it or whatever. It's a shambles. And so after that, there was the previously mentioned going into his response to Primink and kind of debunking bits or things that he'd said about me. Now, that video that I am talking about, the response, that was 40 odd minutes long, and it's currently unlisted, so it's kind of difficult to find.
Hey guys, how you doing? Something I wanted to say before we started this video is that I'm doing okay. I want to thank everyone that stood by me and believed me through this whole thing while all these accusations were going around. The most important part about this video is the comprehensive Google Drive that I've put in the description. This Google Drive documents hundreds of pieces of evidence over the last 2 years. You'll find all the answers you're looking for. I don't usually say this, but please share this video with anybody that you feel like needs to see it. I've been a victim of cancel culture and wrongly accused of terrible things. It's affected me at home and online.
The only way you can find it is if you have a link to it and is no longer in his playlist for his most recent uploads, which it was for a while even though it was unlisted. There's also another 1 or 2 videos from around that time that also aren't in his most recent uploads that are also unlisted. But he did actually make an initial apology where he took some responsibility, but he backflipped on that and put out the 40-odd minute video along with a Google Drive.
I feel like we need to talk. I'm addressing the video that was put out on me yesterday. In that video, I see legitimate criticisms, things that I truly need to work on. And I take full accountability. I'm not here to make excuses. I'm just here to tell you I'm sorry if I've offended or hurt anyone, disappointed anybody.
Some people still mention what happened, whether it be the Rewired Soul or myself, not really myself, but Primink, I suppose, and some of the people involved, or Leafy Greens at least, I think also gets mentioned. Mentioned to him on Twitter, and he sometimes responds, like he'll say that he was never friends with the Rewired Soul. And he went on about me for a while as well, like he went on calling me a stalker for quite a while, and I think I have most of those screenshots as well. The Google Drive which Primink and I made has also been updated since that video, and there have been some things that came out afterwards to do with him asking a smaller creator to take a video down that they made about him back in, I think, 2017. And there's some other stuff as well relating to doxing and how he feels about that, and just the whole Primink thing was good, but more came out afterwards, and there's definitely enough for a part 2. In fact, there's probably enough for a part 3. Now, I'm not sure that I could accurately actually say whether or not his behavior has changed exactly, because I simply don't watch him anymore. If you've seen Primink's video, which I figure is why you are here, then you would likely know my experience with Repzilla. Now, I continue to support him despite that, up until he made a video which I felt was him exploiting child abuse. He made a video about it, and he was making money off ads and stuff for it, which would kind of be okay to some degree, except he has said that he doesn't agree with people making money off of abuse, which is exactly what that is. And there's multiple cases of him making money off of abuse. I guess even his whole catalogue about Onision could be categorized as him making money off of abuse. I think he did specifically say, though, that it was animal abuse, and he has also made money off of videos about animal abuse. Now, where does this money go? I would say straight into his pocket. Now, he has said previously that some of the money goes to animal shelters or something along those lines, but there's never been any evidence of that as far as I am aware. So, as far as I know, he's taking this money that he's making from these videos under false pretenses, I suppose. Now, he may come out and actually post receipts showing that he's given money to shelters and stuff, but to my knowledge, as of right now, I don't believe that there have been any receipts shown online not even once, let's say he didn't do it, he hasn't even forwarded them to even make an effort to make it look like he has, which I think is a bit odd. To no one's surprise, he hasn't apologized really. I do believe that he apologized to Leafy Greens in the Google Drive, but other than that, to my knowledge, I don't think he has apologized to anyone else. I also made a document, I think it was in the Google Drive, kind of responding to his Google Drive that he made, like about me, where he supposedly gave clarification and stuff. It's strange for something to have full context and not have full context. I think it's better that I mainly talk about myself in this video because I don't think that I should be trying to speak for other people. In regards to my contact with Repzilla, the day before Primink's video was going to come out, he messaged me trying to fix things, and I basically said to him that I wanted to wait until Primink's video was out because I didn't want to make any promises and then him feel like he had been stabbed in the back or something when Primink's video came out. Now, we haven't spoken since. Well, we haven't messaged at least. We did speak briefly. I was in his Discord when things went down and I jumped in a voice chat and we spoke and he asked me about how he should apologize and stuff. Shortly after, he went on Edwin's channel and he said that him and I were good, I believe. Shortly after that, when he released his Google Drive, I believe, there's some things that could be seen as sensitive information towards myself, which could constitute doxing, which I wasn't too happy about, but I haven't spoken really about it. I think I may have tweeted about it a few times, but I haven't put it in a video or really said anything because I didn't want to draw attention to it. It's difficult to kind of accuse him of doxing without telling you how. I don't recall what exactly happened, but he ended up blocking me on Twitter after maybe a week or two. I don't remember the time frame exactly, but I know that I was in the Discord for a bit because I was in there asking them what their definition of doxing was because I had seen what Repzilla had done. I believe that they said that they thought that it constituted doxing. Now, I didn't go in and say, hey, do you think Repzilla doxed me? They said that they thought that it constituted doxing. I was like, oh, okay, so by your definition, Repzilla doxed me. Shortly after that, I got kicked out of his Discord. Now, he has said that there's is it a 3-rule policy or a 3-step policy, something like that. But that wasn't the case with myself. I was purely kicked out. I was messaged by one of the mods who basically, the reason why I was kicked out was because I was supposedly making people uncomfortable. Now, to my knowledge, that would be going in there and asking about doxing and saying that Repzilla had doxed me. And that would make his fans uncomfortable because they like him or idolize him and whatever. So that makes sense, except I don't think he can really go around and saying that his policy or whatever is enforced because it's purely not. Now, I've been blocked from his channel, from commenting on his channel for quite a while. In this time, there was also a Twitter account that was made around the time of Primink's video, to which he accused of being me. And some of his fans did as well. They said that it was an alt account, blah blah blah. Now, this account, if you know what I'm talking about, I've also had some interaction with. The account is not me. I don't see why I would need another account if I can just purely go in and respond to him anyway or tweet about him anyway. It's not like him blocking me stops me tweeting about him or even atting him. It just means that I can't view his tweets. Yet if someone responds to him, then I can also respond to them, but I can't see his initial tweet, and he can see my tweet if he goes to it and clicks view profile or something along those lines. He can still see my tweets if he wants to, but I can't see his. There are, of course, ways around that, which are pretty simple, and they do not include making another account. I'm probably missing something. I'm glad that he has for now, at least. It's been a few months now, probably more than a few months actually, since he called me a stalker and some other stuff. There was one person who came in and said that I didn't credit him in a video or something, which I had, and Rep came in and commented on my channel and was basically saying how hypocritical it was of me, although I had credited him. That was something to do with Poppy and Marsii, and he made a video which had some interesting news that hadn't come to light yet, and I wanted to cover it, break it down a little bit, I think, for my audience. And so I gave him some credit for that because that only made sense. Yeah, as I said, I think I'm missing something. I could probably ramble on for almost ever, actually. I don't think that he will ever fully understand the magnitude of that video or what that video shows, and I don't think that he will ever just kind of understand. I think that he'll always think that he kind of got away with it, although he lost a few thousand subscribers, and he blocks anyone who really gives him hate on Twitter or on YouTube, so it's all a happy community over there. But yeah, I think I remembered what I was going to say, which was that he recently, I use recently loosely because it's probably a few months ago now. He was in a conversation with Primink on Twitter, and it turns out that he had asked Primink to remove the video he made, the video I'm talking about, in fact, which he asked me to remove mine multiple times up until he blocked me again. As I said, I don't watch his content anymore. I mean, not as much as I used to. I watch the occasional video. If something seems interesting or someone says something to me, then I may check it out. I guess it's been quite a while. I'm not expecting an apology or anything. If you've made it this far, thanks for letting me ramble on, or listening to me ramble on, should I say. I do like just sitting down and talking and reflecting a bit. So it's been just over a year, and I'm still grateful for Primink listening to my story and putting it in a video. I feel like that was the best move, really. And Primink has continued to grow his channel, and we still partially remain in contact. As I said, the Google Drive's still a thing. I still update it every now and then. If I see something, I usually don't make a video about it. I usually just screenshot it and put it in the Google Drive. I'm probably going to make a second video with that stuff someday, or if Primink wants to use it, he may make a second video. Thanks for watching. If you did enjoy, leave a like. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell if you never want to miss an upload. And I shall see you soon for more content. I should probably learn how to play this, but peace.